Have you ever felt that despite achieving what society deems as success, there's still a lingering sense of incompleteness within you? Perhaps you've checked all the boxes: career, relationships, personal achievements. But deep down, it feels as though something essential is missing. You are not alone in this feeling, and more importantly, it's not a sign of failure. Rather, it's a sign that your soul is calling for more. According to Carl Jung, this sense of longing can be understood through the concept of individuation, the process of becoming who you truly are. Jung believed that our psyche is on a lifelong journey to integrate all aspects of the self, and when we ignore this innate drive, we end up feeling stagnant or unfulfilled. In other words, it's not just about achieving external success, but finding internal alignment with your true purpose. One of the most profound signs that your soul is yearning for more is an undeniable sense of restlessness. It might manifest as a desire to explore new paths, a feeling of being stuck in a loop, or a quiet but persistent voice within telling you that your current way of living doesn't reflect your true potential. This restlessness is not something to suppress or ignore. It's a message from your deeper self, urging you to look beyond your current reality. Another clue lies in the feeling of being disconnected from your achievements. Maybe you've reached a milestone that you once thought would complete you, yet instead of fulfillment, there's a void. This disconnect happens when your goals are more aligned with external expectations than with your own authentic desires. Learning to listen to your inner voice is key. In a world that constantly pushes for productivity and achievement, it's easy to silence that quiet whisper within. However, giving yourself the space to reflect, meditate, or simply be with your thoughts can reignite the connection to your true self. Allow your soul to speak, even if it challenges your current path. Jung wisely stated, "Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes." This means that awakening to your true purpose requires a journey inward. It's not about chasing the next success, but rather about understanding your unique path and the deeper meaning behind your experiences. If you're feeling that longing, don't dismiss it. It's a profound signal that your soul is inviting you to evolve, to seek, and to become more than you currently are. Embrace this feeling as the start of a transformative journey towards discovering your true essence. Have you ever noticed a series of coincidences that seem too meaningful to be random? Perhaps you thought of an old friend, only for them to unexpectedly reach out. Or you kept seeing the same number repeatedly during a challenging time. These experiences are not mere chance. They're what Carl Jung called synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that reveal the underlying patterns of your life. Synchronicity is a concept that goes beyond mere coincidence. It's as if the universe itself aligns events and encounters to nudge you toward a deeper understanding or a new path. Jung believed that when you are in tune with your soul's purpose, these seemingly random events become signposts, guiding you to where you truly need to be. The challenge lies in being open to noticing them. For instance, you might be struggling with a major decision, and suddenly a book falls off the shelf, with a title that perfectly addresses your dilemma. Or you meet someone who, within moments of conversation, mentions the very thing you've been contemplating. These moments feel uncanny, as if the universe is orchestrating your life to direct your attention. Pay close attention when this happens. It may be your soul guiding you through the interconnected fabric of existence. One of the keys to unlocking synchronicity is cultivating awareness. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to dismiss such events as mere coincidence. But when you slow down, practice mindfulness, and reflect on the symbolic meaning behind these occurrences, you start seeing them for what they truly are, whispers from the universe. Jung believed that synchronicity emerges when the inner and outer worlds align. It's a manifestation of your subconscious revealing itself through external events. By keeping an open mind and a reflective heart, you allow these signs to become clearer, guiding you toward growth and self-discovery. Synchronicity often appears when you are on the brink of change. For example, when you are contemplating a significant life shift, such as moving to a new city or changing careers, you may suddenly encounter people or opportunities that seem tailor-made to support that transition. These encounters are not random. They serve as nudges from the universe, encouraging you to trust the unfolding of your path. Moreover, your emotional state can influence the frequency of synchronicities. When you are feeling aligned and purposeful, these meaningful coincidences often increase. On the other hand, during times of doubt or resistance, they might become less frequent. This pattern reflects your connection or disconnection from your true self. Take note of how synchronicities ebb and flow with your inner state. Synchronicity also has the power to guide you during times of uncertainty. For example, if you are unsure about a particular decision and a seemingly random event occurs, it may serve as a signpost or confirmation. Trust in these events, as they are often the universe's way of leading you in the right direction. When you feel uncertain, the presence of synchronicity offers reassurance that you are on the right path. It's important to approach these moments with curiosity rather than skepticism. If you approach synchronicity with an open heart, you will start to see more and more examples of how the universe is aligning with your journey. These synchronicities serve as a reminder that you are not alone in your quest for self-discovery, and that the universe is constantly offering support. Embrace these moments of synchronicity as part of your journey. They're not there to confuse or mislead you. Rather, they are gentle reminders that your soul's path is unfolding in ways you may not fully understand yet. Trust that these signs are pushing you toward transformation, even if they challenge your rational mind. Remember Jung's words: synchronicity is an ever-present reality for those who have eyes to see. Train yourself to see beyond logic and into the realm of connection, where your soul and the universe work together to guide your path. Recognizing synchronicity not only brings clarity, but also strengthens your trust in the journey ahead. There is a profound truth about the journey to discovering your higher purpose. It begins not with the outside world, but with deep introspection. The most transformative aspect of finding your true path is working from the inside out. This process of inner work allows you to access the vast reservoir of potential within you, a potential that is often dormant beneath layers of conditioning, fear, and unresolved emotions. Without it, your true purpose remains hidden, masked by the external noise and distractions of everyday life. Carl Jung understood that discovering your true self and reaching your fullest potential requires engaging in what he called the process of individuation. This is a lifelong journey of integrating the conscious and unconscious parts of the psyche. It's the act of recognizing and reconciling the various aspects of who you are, your light and dark sides, so you can embrace your true nature. One of the most crucial steps in this process is facing and embracing your shadow. Jung's concept of the shadow refers to the unconscious hidden parts of ourselves, those traits and desires that we suppress or deny because they don't fit into our ideal image of who we want to be. These traits are often uncomfortable to confront, but they hold the key to your personal growth and transformation. By embracing your shadow, you can free yourself from limiting beliefs and patterns that keep you stuck in unfulfilling situations. Inner work also involves deep reflection on your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. This process requires you to examine your past, recognize the stories you tell yourself, and acknowledge any unresolved wounds that might be affecting your present. It's about peeling back the layers of your conditioning and habits, exposing the fears and self-doubt that might be clouding your vision. As Jung said, there is no coming to consciousness without pain. The process of self-realization is often uncomfortable, but it's through this discomfort that you begin to grow and heal. Jung also placed great importance on the practice of dream analysis as a tool for self-discovery. Dreams are the language of the unconscious, and by paying attention to them, you gain access to deeper insights about your psyche. Dreams often present symbols and narratives that reflect the unresolved conflicts, desires, and emotions within you. By exploring these dreams, you can begin to understand the hidden aspects of yourself that you may not be consciously aware of. Over time, this practice helps you bring unconscious material into consciousness, where it can be integrated into your waking life. Another powerful tool for inner work is meditation. Meditation allows you to silence the external noise and connect with the deeper, more intuitive parts of yourself. It creates a space where you can observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment, enabling you to see them clearly. Through regular meditation practice, you develop the ability to witness your inner world, identify recurring patterns, and release the thoughts that no longer serve you. The journey of inner work is not about perfection, but about acceptance. It's about learning to accept yourself fully, flaws and all, and recognizing that your imperfections are not weaknesses, but opportunities for growth. The more you engage in this work, the more you learn to trust your intuition and your inner guidance. You begin to feel aligned with a deeper purpose and experience the profound freedom that comes from living authentically. Releasing internal limitations is another key aspect of this process. Many of us carry subconscious beliefs and fears that have been imposed upon us by society, family, or past experiences. These beliefs create invisible barriers that prevent us from stepping into our true potential. By identifying and confronting these limiting beliefs, you begin to free yourself from their grip. You realize that the only limits that exist are those you place on yourself. Engaging in inner work also helps you cultivate resilience. As you dive into your unconscious and confront the unresolved issues and emotions that arise, you build inner strength and courage. The more you face your fears, the less power they hold over you. This builds the confidence needed to take bold actions in the external world. The more you work on yourself, the more you unlock new strengths and talents that were previously hidden beneath the surface. Ultimately, inner work leads you to the realization that you are your own greatest source of power. It teaches you that the answers to the questions you seek are not outside of you, but within. Once you begin to uncover your true self, the world outside begins to reflect that inner alignment. You start to attract opportunities, people, and experiences that resonate with your authentic essence. True fulfillment is not found in external success or approval, but in the deep knowing that you are living in accordance with your soul's purpose. As Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Inner work is the pathway to becoming your truest, most authentic self. It's the road to realizing your potential and stepping into the life you were always meant to live. In a world where societal norms and expectations often dictate the course of our lives, breaking free from conformity can feel like an act of rebellion. From an early age, we are taught to follow certain rules, adhere to specific roles, and strive for goals that are considered successful by external standards. But for many, this adherence to external expectations leaves them feeling disconnected from their true selves. The pressure to conform can prevent us from discovering who we truly are, and, more importantly, what we are truly capable of. Carl Jung believed that the path to self-realization requires an intentional break from conformity, a shedding of the roles and masks that society encourages us to wear. According to Jung, most people spend much of their lives trying to fit into predefined molds, often sacrificing their authenticity in the process. The more we follow the crowd, the more we lose touch with our individuality, our passions, and our true potential. The concept of individuation is at the heart of Jung's teachings. It is the process of becoming who you truly are by embracing your uniqueness, and it cannot be achieved by conforming to society's norms. To walk the path of individuation is to risk stepping outside the boundaries of what is considered acceptable and explore the terrain of your inner world. It's about daring to live your life according to your own inner guidance rather than the expectations of others. Jung often referred to the masks we wear in life as persona. The persona is the outward face we present to the world, the social identity we adopt to fit in and be accepted. While the persona serves an important social function, it can also become a prison if we lose sight of the fact that it is not our true self. The danger arises when we become too attached to the persona, identifying with it as our real identity. This attachment leads to a disconnect between our authentic self and the image we project, creating inner conflict and dissatisfaction. The key to breaking free from this cycle is self-awareness, the ability to recognize when you are operating out of obligation rather than desire. Ask yourself, are you living in alignment with your own values and passions, or are you following a path simply because it's what others expect of you? Do you find yourself living someone else's dream, or are you actively pursuing your own vision for life? The desire to conform can be driven by fear, the fear of rejection, the fear of judgment, and the fear of being different. These fears keep us stuck in patterns that limit our growth and potential. The truth, however, is that the greatest strength lies in embracing your uniqueness and living authentically. When you break free from the need for external validation, you gain the freedom to explore new possibilities, to live with purpose, and to create a life that is uniquely yours. To truly find your true path, you must first embrace the discomfort that comes with stepping away from societal expectations. It may feel lonely at times, and you may face criticism from others who cannot understand your choices. But the journey of self-discovery is not about pleasing others. It's about being true to yourself, even if that means stepping into the unknown. The path to authenticity requires you to cultivate courage. It takes courage to walk away from what is familiar, to question deeply ingrained beliefs, and to challenge the status quo. It takes courage to listen to your own voice and trust that it will guide you to the life you are meant to live. But as Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. This privilege comes at a cost, the cost of letting go of the expectations and approval of others. But in return, you gain the freedom to create a life that is truly your own, one that aligns with your soul's purpose. One of the most liberating aspects of breaking free from conformity is the realization that there are no fixed paths to fulfillment. Society often teaches us that success looks a certain way: career achievements, material wealth, and social status. But true success, according to Jung, is about discovering and living out your authentic self. The more you align with your true essence, the more you experience a sense of fulfillment that cannot be found in external achievements. Embracing your authenticity means releasing the fear of judgment and living in alignment with your values and passions. It means being willing to take risks, to experiment, and to follow the whispers of your soul, even when others may not understand. The more you trust yourself and live authentically, the more you will attract the opportunities and relationships that resonate with your true being. In a world that often prioritizes logic, reason, and external validation, the voice of intuition can seem elusive. Yet intuition is one of the most powerful tools we have when it comes to aligning with our true path. It's the inner whisper that speaks directly to the soul, guiding us when our rational minds are clouded with doubt, fear, or confusion. Intuition is not about logic. It's about sensing what feels true on a deeper, more instinctual level. It's the quiet voice inside that knows exactly what we need, even when we don't consciously understand why. Carl Jung believed that intuition was an essential aspect of the human experience, a powerful means of connecting with the unconscious mind and accessing deeper wisdom. For Jung, intuition was not just a mysterious or mystical force. It was a natural, integral part of the psyche. He described intuition as the ability to perceive something directly without the use of rational thought. It allows us to know something before we can explain it or logically justify it. Intuition is our direct connection to the depths of our unconscious mind, where our truest desires, wisdom, and knowledge reside. The challenge for many of us is learning to trust this inner guidance. Society often teaches us to value logic, structure, and the measurable aspects of life. But intuition doesn't always follow these predictable rules. It's subtle, and it often speaks in feelings, gut reactions, or hunches rather than clear, defined thoughts. This can make it difficult to discern whether the voice we hear is truly our intuition or just a product of fear, wishful thinking, or external influences. However, one of the most transformative aspects of developing intuition is learning to listen to it, even when it doesn't make sense at first. When we tune in to our intuition, we start to recognize that it is always speaking to us, providing guidance that aligns with our true purpose. It might come as a feeling in our gut, a fleeting thought, or an unexplainable sense of knowing about a situation or decision. These whispers from our inner selves are often nudges toward the right path. Jung emphasized that the more we cultivate self-awareness, the better we can differentiate between the voice of intuition and the voice of the ego. The ego, which is the part of the psyche concerned with our outward identity and self-preservation, often works from a place of fear, desire, or the need for approval. Intuition, on the other hand, speaks from a deeper place of knowing, one that is unclouded by societal expectations or the need to conform. By becoming more attuned to the subtle voice of intuition, we can begin to make decisions that are aligned with our authentic self, not the version of ourselves that others expect. Developing intuition requires practice, patience, and openness. One powerful way to strengthen your connection to intuition is through meditation. Meditation quiets the noise of the outside world and creates a space where your inner voice can speak clearly. It allows you to go beyond the surface level of thoughts and emotions and tap into the deeper layers of your unconscious. As you meditate, allow yourself to be open to any subtle impressions or feelings that arise. Pay attention to any messages that come through, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. Over time, these intuitive insights will become clearer and more precise. Another helpful practice for enhancing intuition is keeping a journal. Writing down your thoughts, feelings, and impressions can help you better understand the intuitive insights you receive. Reflect on the moments when you followed your intuition and what the outcomes were. By tracking these experiences, you'll begin to see patterns and gain more confidence in your ability to recognize and trust your inner guidance. It's also important to embrace the unknown when it comes to intuition. Intuition often leads us into uncharted territory where there are no clear answers or guaranteed outcomes. This can be intimidating, especially if you are someone who prefers to have everything figured out in advance. But part of the beauty of intuition is that it doesn't always need to make sense immediately. It's about trusting the process and being willing to step forward without having every detail planned out. The more you trust your intuitive guidance, the more you will find that it leads you exactly where you need to go, even when you cannot see the full picture in the moment. Jung often spoke about the importance of integration, the process of bringing together the conscious and unconscious parts of the self. Intuition plays a key role in this integration, as it helps bridge the gap between our rational mind and the deeper, unconscious wisdom that resides within us. By listening to your intuition, you are essentially listening to the voice of your soul, the part of you that knows your highest purpose and is always guiding you toward it. The power of intuition lies not just in its ability to provide guidance, but also in its ability to empower us. When we learn to trust our inner wisdom, we become less reliant on external validation and more confident in our ability to make decisions that align with our true nature. Intuition is not just a passive tool. It is an active force that empowers us to take bold action, to trust ourselves, and to live authentically. Ultimately, listening to the whispers of intuition is about cultivating a deeper connection to your authentic self. It's about trusting the wisdom that already resides within you and allowing that wisdom to guide you through life's challenges and opportunities. The more you listen to your intuition, the more you will find that it leads you to the life that is meant for you, a life that is rich with meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. As Jung said, your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Intuition is the bridge between your heart and your mind, guiding you toward your true path. Knowing your soul's potential is one thing, but acting on that knowledge is an entirely different challenge. It's easy to become paralyzed by fear, doubt, or the belief that we aren't ready. But the moment we decide to take action, no matter how small, we begin to step into our destiny. Action is the bridge between the vision we hold inside and the life we create on the outside. It's what turns the dream of a fulfilling, purposeful existence into reality. Carl Jung believed that the path to self-actualization is not merely about intellectual understanding or spiritual insight. It's about living those insights through practical, courageous steps. Knowing what we are meant to do with our lives is only the beginning. The real work comes when we translate that knowledge into action. This requires a commitment to change, a willingness to face challenges, and the courage to embrace the unknown. One of the biggest obstacles to transformation is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. These are the voices that often hold us back from moving forward. But Jung taught us that fear, when faced and embraced, becomes a catalyst for growth. Instead of letting fear control us, we can use it as a signal that we are on the brink of something important. The more we lean into fear with courage, the more we expand our capacity for growth, and the more we learn about ourselves. Stepping into your destiny requires taking risks. It means being willing to risk failure, rejection, and discomfort in pursuit of something that resonates with your soul. It requires a shift in mindset from playing it safe to fully embracing the journey of growth. Many people resist change because they are afraid of leaving behind the familiar, even if it no longer serves them. But staying in the comfort zone limits our ability to step into the life we are meant for. As Jung noted, what you resist persists. What you embrace transforms. Transformation also involves taking responsibility for your life. It's about recognizing that the choices you make today determine the reality you experience tomorrow. The journey toward your true purpose requires consistent effort, a commitment to self-improvement, and a willingness to face the shadow parts of yourself that you've been avoiding. Shadow work, or confronting the unconscious elements of your psyche, is essential in this process. Only when we integrate all aspects of ourselves, our strengths, our flaws, our fears, can we step fully into our power. Jung's concept of the hero's journey is an important framework for understanding how to step into your destiny. In this journey, the hero faces trials, confronts fears, and ultimately undergoes a transformation. The hero's journey is not just an external quest. It's a deep, internal process of self-discovery and personal growth. Every step, every challenge, is part of the larger process of becoming who you truly are. The key to stepping into your destiny is action. Action creates momentum. Once you take the first step, the next one becomes easier, and then the next. It's important to remember that action doesn't have to be grand or dramatic to be meaningful. Even small actions, when aligned with your true self, can lead to profound shifts. It's not about having everything figured out from the start. It's about having the courage to move forward, even when you don't know exactly where you're going. Jung encouraged us to follow our inner call, even when the path is unclear or when others doubt our choices. Trusting that inner calling requires a level of vulnerability and faith in the unknown. It's about letting go of the need for external validation or guarantees of success and trusting that the universe is guiding you exactly where you need to be. At times, the journey may feel uncertain. There will be obstacles, doubts, and moments when the path seems foggy. But this is where patience and resilience come into play. Transformation is rarely immediate. It is a gradual unfolding, a slow process of becoming. The important thing is to keep taking steps, no matter how small, toward the life that is meant for you. Embrace the challenges that come with stepping into your destiny, for they are part of the transformation. Each obstacle is an opportunity to grow stronger, to refine your purpose, and to get closer to the fullest expression of yourself. The fear that once held you back will become the fuel that propels you forward. As you step into your destiny, remember that it is a process, not a destination. Each day is a new opportunity to make choices that align with your soul's purpose. The more you commit to this path of action, the more you will see that your life begins to unfold in ways that feel aligned, meaningful, and authentic. The universe has a way of meeting you halfway when you show up fully and with courage. In the end, stepping into your destiny is about taking ownership of your life and your path. It's about trusting the process and knowing that, even when the road seems long and uncertain, it's leading you exactly where you need to be. The act of living in alignment with your purpose is the ultimate form of self-realization, and it's what allows you to truly feel that your soul is meant for more. As Jung wisely said, what you resist persists. What you embrace transforms. It's time to embrace your true path, step forward with courage, and transform your life.